Here you are with George Radaman in my 1955 TR5 500cc Triumph I bought almost 11 years ago. This bike has been sitting inside of my house in a controlled environment for the last 11 years. It's never been ridden since restoration, never been even run. And I asked George if he would bring the bike in, take a look at it, service it for me, see if any problems that existed that he could see, run the bike for a little while, get the oil circulating through the engine, and then I'll put it back into my house where it rests, and then we'll continue to dry service it over a period of time. The 1955 TR5 was a bike that had a couple of things that were old and then some new things. It was one of the first bikes to have a swing arm in the suspension system, first larger bikes. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first. It certainly had an alternator on it, which was kind of at the end of the time to have an alternator sitting out like that, along with a spark advancer, and the spark advancer, and of course then the choke. And then this bike only has 36 miles on it, again since restoration. Bud Eakins rode a model of this 1955 TR5 in the Catalina 500 in 55 and actually won the race. I was lucky enough to run into Mr. Eakins, and he was kind enough to sign the bike for me. This is a wonderful example of a period bike that is in excellent showroom shape. And George, if you'll tell us what you did to the bike to get it in running order, what your overall consensus is.
The bike seems to be in excellent condition. It just the oils have mostly been drained out of it from the primary, then the transmission and the engine. And I refilled all the oil so that we can go ahead and start it up and warm the thing up. It just starts and runs flawlessly.
Perfect. Thank you, George. Anything that you saw from the sump pump or anything that would be critical to this bike that you had to make adjustments to?
No, I just had to go in to the points and determine which way was spark, which way was advance and retard, as this is a little before my time. But other than that, it was just a standard service. Drain out the oils that were in there and put in fresh oils, and then we'll drain all these oils and put it back into your office.
As you can see, George is using the secondary gas tank source. We put no gasoline in the tank to start it up, and as he takes it apart, the tank will be just like it was upon restoration. Thank you, George.
You're welcome.